Right, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Digital human rights. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to
Yeah.
have you here.
Yes.
And we'll be starting shortly in maybe 2 minutes. So just stick with us and let's learn together.
Okay, thank you so much.
Sure.
Past 0 minute. I attacked you 3 times. Christine.
I think it's now 10%, so we can start. Nora, you can do the introductory.
Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot. Let's start, everyone. I'm glad to see so many people in the room. Yeah. I just wanted to very quickly say hi to everyone from the Digital Human Rights Lab side. My name is Nora, and I'm working with one of the organizations who are supporting the Digital Human Rights Lab, and I'm very happy that we can organize this training for communication today. It's the second round. The last week we also had a couple of training sessions already, and I think it went very well. I saw a lot of laughter and learning and fun in these sessions, and so I think it's going to be a good few hours starting from now on. And I'm now going to hand over to Tusiime Tutu, who I think most of you have met already. Just for those who haven't, she's a writer, she's a digital content producer, and I know that she also has some experience in drama and poetry, and I think she brings all of this together very well with a fun learning environment and atmosphere that she creates for everyone. So we're grateful that we have you here for the training, and now I'll hand over to you. I'll have to jump out in a few minutes or a couple of minutes or half an hour, but yeah, you're the host.
For sure. Thank you so much, Nora, for being here, and I am glad to be here. So yes, I am Tusiime Tutu. Very excited to be giving this training, and this is part 2. Yay! Get excited with me. Anyway, I am very excited for this particular part because I do get to really also just sit down and learn, because we have in this training is about communication for visibility. So we've covered a couple of topics on public speaking, on writing, on dialogue facilitation, but we covered those in the first part. So right now we are starting our second part, where we'll be looking at infographics in Canva, because communication today in a digital world is a whole lot of, it has to do with a lot of visuals. So definitely infographics is not something you can avoid at this point. And then we'll also be looking at engaging government officials. That is the session that is coming up after lunch. So definitely get ready for that too. And then we'll be looking at social media management on Thursday morning. So just stick with me. We have some fun classes this week. I am also excited, but the biggest thing that I'm excited about is that part 2 is predominantly with guest trainers, because I can't really be the expert on everything. I also don't know everything. So I had to bring in the forces, mobilize the troops. So today we have a guest trainer on infographics in Canva. We'll have a guest trainer after lunch for engaging government officials. We also have a guest trainer on social media. But nonetheless, I will still be here and still be giving us pointers, because, we are in this together, okay? So, all right. I think that's enough catch up for sure. Let me just start right away from today's session, because we are talking about developing infographics in Canva. And I am going to just share my screen a little bit and talk about the trainer that we have here. All right, so infographics in Canva. Now, for one, before I bring my guest trainer out, I just have to take us through a few tips here and there. I'm also, I like to think I also know a thing or two about infographics. I did, just hold up a minute. I can start my presentation. All right. Okay. So our guest trainer today is called Komuhangi Tumuhairwe, and I am very excited for this because so she is a software engineer. She's a finalist in software engineering, and I have to tell you, she's really brilliant when it comes to, software. But I made her promise not to use words like code and such computer language that makes the rest of us short-circuited, those of us who went to art school. So she will be coming through. She's done a couple of projects in software. She's my go-to when it comes to graphics and developing infographics. Usually I went to journalism school, and we did learn a little bit about infographics, but I can't say my experience or I got to learn from journalism school. No, my experience with infographics is figure it out myself, or disturb this lady right here to help me develop my infographics. And I have to tell you, she has helped me a lot, because I'm a writer, and in communications world we use infographics, right? So she is here to take us through. And before I forget, just in case it wasn't that obvious, if you can see, she is my sister. Yes, she is my sister. She did go study software engineering while I decided to, choose that. But here we are. So I decided to bring her in because she's the one I disturb a lot when it comes to graphics. Okay, but she will just she'll be taking us through, and she will give a brief introduction of herself. But before we get to that, let me just what are infographics? So infographics, this is a combination of the word information graphic. So basically it's a way to represent information in a visual form, because your dealing with human beings are visual. If you've been with me for this training, we've talked about this a lot. Human beings are visual, and they process visual information much faster. Plus, in a digital world, if you want to stand out, if you need your communication to be visible, you have to employ multimedia, and this is where infographics come in. All right, and so just as you can see on your screen, infographics, this is a picture that blends data and information we've designed and to enable visual learning. You know, it's simplest of these is a graph or a pie chart. That is an infographic, but of course, with the digital tools that we have today, we've upped it up a couple of, notches, right? Started to make it a little more colorful and a little more attractive. Okay, so just so when it comes to infographics, the way you develop your design is important, because sometimes it can be a static infographic. So a static infographic is a share picture. If you saw, for example, if you saw the share picture that we shared about the program for this week, now that is a static infographic. So if you can see on your screen, this one, the picture that is right below the static infographic, that is right. It's just a picture that has the information you need to give to people. So this is something that our guest trainer today created. And I, as we prepared for this session, I told her just create something that is static and create something that is motion, just so that we create a bit of a distinction. And she created this. Well, in my opinion, it looks good. I could actually share this. If we can confirm that the information is true, then I think we are good to go. So as you can see, a static infographic has everything, it has the logo, it has the where people can reach you, it has the bit of information that you need people to take away. So it's much easier, it's much more easy to share when you have a static infographic, and you can repurpose it, right? You can share it on social media, you can share it to friends, you can repurpose it and put it into a video, a motion one. So I hope you can see that. I'm going to show you the motion infographic now. Just like the static one, this one is moving, right? Hence motion. Anyway, so like I said, you could use a static infographic within a motion one. So you will see what our expert today created. So if you are all ready, I am going to play this motion one, and just pay attention and listen to it. I'll play it maybe twice. It's short, it's just maybe 20 seconds, and you will see what we mean when I say motion infographics. Just a moment.
Having a class. Beach vacancy. But I'm following up. Beach recording. So the reason as to why you asked me to.
Okay, someone's audio is definitely on. Let me just stand that off. I'm going to play it again. Just hopefully you've seen it, but if you couldn't hear it, or if you couldn't see it, just tell me. I am going to play it again. Just send in the chat if there is any issue. Oh yes, I forgot to tell this to all our participants. In case there is any issue, just always feel free to text in the chat and tell me to either go back or do something. And yes, I am going to play it again for sure. Yeah, just or raise your hand, text in the chat if you need any clarity on any issue, if you need us to go back, if you need us to slow down, or if you even need to make a submission, it is okay. We are all in a learning space here, so make use of the chat, make use of raising those hands. I'm here and I see you. So let me play this motion the motion infographic again. Just tell me if you could hear. If you couldn't hear, maybe I need to remove my earphones, but if you could hear, please just tell me. Okay, let's see. All right, so Olga says they could hear. All right, so I guess now, I mean, I will upload this presentation later and you can always look at it, but I hope we can now make a distinction between the static infographic and a motion infographic. Of course, a motion infographic is a little bit more interactive and a little bit more engaging, but of course it's hard to repurpose a motion one, but it has its positives, of course. You know, it brings in the music element, the video element, moving pictures, and so this is just really the baseline of what you could do with infographics. You know, you could do a static one or you could do a motion infographics, but really it's about allowing yourself to learn and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, for sure. If you can see our quote for today down on your screen, it is learning is evidence of growth. So just keep learning, okay? This is what we do. So these are the examples that our expert developed and sent to me, so that, I mean, gave me so that I show them to you. So I'm just going to move on to the next slide, not to waste a lot of time because, you know. All right, so what is the relevance of infographics? Now, I am coming from a communication side, but like I had said earlier, communication is visual, okay? It helps represent your information. So infographics are a way to attract your audience. And remember our topic, we are trying to learn how to be visible, to communicate for visibility, to be seen, to communicate. So, I mean, if you are using infographics, people are clicking on your work, people are clicking on your page, that is for sure. And infographics make your work look appealing and inviting. And I mean, you know, for example, even the work that I'm using today, the presentations that I'm using, I put in a little bit of a picture. Of course, this is not, the picture I have included here may not be a picture I created. It is something I have got from, I've downloaded, but nonetheless, it still makes the work look appealing, look visual, look inviting. So you're now interested in seeing what is on the page. So that is what infographics do for you. I mean, imagine a whole block of text, right? This is why people don't really read novels that much, because it's a whole block of text that is not broken down. So, but when you have, there is a lady, she's called, she wrote Milk and Honey. She's a poet. Who is it that wrote Milk and Honey? She's called Rupi Kaur. Okay, Rupi Kaur. She wrote Milk and Honey. She's a poet. What she does in her books, actually, she breaks it down and puts in pictures, puts in graphic things. So, and it makes the book look appealing, better than just getting a block of text. And in regards to information, to infographics too, they amplify and simplify your work. I mean, if you have a graph representing your statistics, your audience will process that graph quite faster than they will process if they are just reading the statistics on their own. I mean, I do hope that is clear. And I mean, like I talked about earlier, we are in a digital age. You cannot run away from infographics. It's part of the digital age now. It's a major factor. If you're communicating today, infographics are an expectation. And so I mean, it only makes sense for you to learn to develop this thing. And it can be learned. It can be learned for sure. It's not there are tools that can help. This, I mean, for one, we have this lesson that I hope will help you in learning to develop infographics, and you can develop the skill further. So from my side, I will just give you content pointers when you're developing your infographics. Be clear, okay? If you saw in the infographics that I showed a little bit earlier, you can tell that the message is about reporting sexual assault. It's that the pointer that I would start with is to be clear, because infographics, you don't, which actually brings us to the second part, which is to reduce the clutter. You don't have to pack it all in there and just make it so much, because then you will confuse your audience, and it will look so, it will create a discord in your audience's head, because we process visual information, but we also need this visual information to be clear, to make sense, okay? And be creative. Just most of these design apps allow you to have a lot of templates and a lot of things, and these are things that our guest trainer will talk about today. But the thing is, be creative, tap into your mind, see what you would want to showcase in an infographic, and sketch it, or just be creative with it. You don't have to stick with what everyone else has done. Just do what fits with the work that you're doing. And using brand colors, this also definitely goes without saying, because if you're representing a brand and people know your brand, your audience knows your brand, so they need to see that whenever someone looks at an infographic, they can see that, okay, this is definitely from this organization. Like if you've seen all the work by Digital Human Rights Lab, there's always a bit of red here, because their brand colors are red and black, and I think white, but you can always tell that this is something by the Digital Human Rights Lab. So infographics need to be attributed, need to easily identify the organization, and be simple. Simplicity is key, okay? Simplicity it goes with being clear and reducing the clutter and being creative, because you need your infographic to communicate a message straight away. So be simple. Don't try to be too complicated and too cute to try and make people think too much. No, people have, in this digital age, people have a lot of information that they are engaging with. So being simple will make you visible, will make you stand out in a communication way, because they know they can look at your work and get their message instantly and move on. And be thematic. Infographics are definitely thematic, in the sense that, for example, in the infographics we've seen just now, the static one and the motion one, the theme is sexual assault. So it is important for you, because when you have a theme for your infographic, this informs the pictures, the designs, the colors, everything that you use, the fonts, even everything that you use to develop your infographic have a theme, okay? Preparation is key, as we've been talking. And so I'll move on. I hope we are okay up until this point. So my tips, and I know I'm probably taking so much of your time, but our guest trainer is coming through real soon. But my tips to creating graphics, this is what I do when I'm not, disturbing my sister to help me, because I'm also trying to learn and be better at infographics myself. So what I do is I sketch on a book. When you sketch, you sort of organize your mind in the way you are actually going to do, and the way that you're going to organize your page once you start creating. It helps you save some time. Of course, once you get on the page, you can move things around here and there, but it's good to have a sketch in mind, something is created on a book. And my second pointer to creating infographics is to click, and click. Honestly, this is me every time I am logged into a graphic site like Canva or Illustrator, basically whenever I'm designing, I go clicking on things and clicking on things, because that is how you learn, right? You click here, you click there, you undo here, you undo there, but in clicking, you get to learn your way around the app or the design interface. Say I'm using words like interface. Okay, you get to learn your way around the design software. So it helps you learn on your own. And while you click, please pay attention. Okay, so that this happened to me sometime. I was clicking around and I created something and I didn't pay attention. So later on, I was confused. I was like, how did I do that? How did I do that? And I couldn't even go back to figuring that out. And it was bad. Just so as you click, as you do everything, just pay attention. It is important to learn. I mean, you're trying to learn and be an expert yourself. All right. And then finally, my final tip is to watch some tutorials. Most of these softwares have tutorials within the application itself, on Google, on YouTube. There are tutorials for design everywhere. So you make use of the tutorials, learn. But what I would say about tutorials is don't over depend on them, because then you're not learning yourself. You need to be able to learn yourself, but it's good to have a tutorial, to just like we're going to do right now. What the session we're doing today is something of a tutorial to bring you to Canva. But at the end of the day, it's about getting into the software Canva and just clicking through and creating and doing it yourself. Okay, and just a moment. Okay, all right. So I think I have talked way too much. I have definitely talked way too much. I am just going to stop sharing my screen and just to allow you to see, to allow our guest trainer to come through and, take it away, because, well, I am not the expert like we've established. So I'll just let her come through. She will just introduce herself a little bit and just say her name and jump us right in, because there's a whole lot to cover. So I'm going to shut up now because, well, I need to. So just all right. In case you have anything to say, just text in the chat. I will be here for sure. I will be seeing you. I'll be here. I'll be reading your chat. So don't fret about that. All right. Wait. Wait. Okay. So before we start, there are a couple of people. That are in our waiting area. So let me just admit those real quick, and then we can move on, because our time is running out. And I need, so, but I'll be here. Let's not fear. Okay. View, let me just, okay. I don't know. I think there are people. Okay, admit all. All right. So I also need to log in. Tell them to open it. Can tell them, and they open with you. All right. I think. Okay. Oh, you're requesting for the meeting passcode. Doesn't that Origo, could you send? I'm sorry. Could you send that person the link? I think you have the link, and anyone who has the link should be able to log in for sure. But okay, I can just see if I can send the meeting passcode. Oh, the link isn't working. Okay, let me get the passcode. Just give me a moment. Oh, on their phone, on their phone it's not working. Okay, let me get you the passcode and right. I will just type it in the chat if that is okay. And just give me a second here. Just give me. I mean, in the meantime, as I figure this out, I can let our guest trainer come through and just be going. Come on. All right, guys, here she is. Here she is. There you go. Hi, guys.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. I'm so happy to be here. I hope you all can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Great. Great. So I'm Komuhangi Tumuhairwe, and yeah, she did a lot about introducing me, so I won't go into that. I'll just start right away so that we can get started. I'm here to take you through Canva as a software that is used for graphics and any designing needs that you may have for your companies, for your charities, for anything that you can really think of. So I'll just jump right into that. Unless anyone has anything to ask about me before we start, that one I can accept. Okay. So I'll just. All right, so we are going to get into our search engines. If you have an open search engine that is like Google Chrome or Explorer, something like that, and then you type in Canva. So I'm going to share my screen and take you through that. All right. Okay, that is not the right screen. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right, so I hope you all can see my screen. Can you see my screen? I'm sharing a window, a Canva window. Can you see that screen?
Yes, I can.
All right. So this is it. I'm already in my own account. Actually, this is Tusiime's account. So I'm just going to type into another search tab how we can do that, how we can, get started without having an account. So you can just type in Canva, and they will bring a page that talks about Canva as a graphics design software. If you do not have an account, you will go to this first link and then click it. They will show you at the top of that page to your right, something that says sign in or log in. So if you do not have an account, you can just sign in using your email, and then you create a password, or you sign in using your Google email, something like that. I don't know if we are together. do we all have accounts or we don't?
You just take them through open.
Okay. I see Herbert.
Yes, kindly take it a little more slow if you can.
All right. All right.
Like, start afresh and go a little slow,
All right.
please.
I can do that.
Thank you.
I can do that. Okay. All right. So Canva, I'm going to start afresh. It seems I'm so fast. So Canva is a designing software. It's a graphics software that you can use. Herbert, we are having a lot of feedback from your end. Maybe if you could mute. Yeah.
We can work on it. Okay, so I'm working on it.
All right. Okay, so sorry, I had to mute Herbert, but all right. So to get started with Canva, if you don't know anything about Canva, like I said, you are just going to get into your Google search or your Chrome or your anything that you use really to do the searching. You type in the word Canva, just the word Canva, and they will bring a page that I showed earlier. You just, when you type in Canva without logging in, without doing anything, they bring information about Canva, you know, explaining its origin, explaining where it's from, all about it. Now, if you do not have an account, you have to click on that first link that they show you that talks about Canva, and they will take you to another page. That page on the top left, it displays the sign in or the login, the sign in or the login. So if you have an account, then you can log in. If you do not have an account, you have to sign up and create an account. It is a free to use software. Did I mention that? It is free to use. And quite frankly, it is the best, I think so. For me, it is the best. So after you've, I don't know, can I wait for you to do that? Or I can just go straight into that, you work on that. So I would just go straight, okay. All right. All right, great. So I'll just go ahead. Okay, so after you've signed in, now, if you've created an account, this is where this is the landing page. This is more like the home page. This is what they show you after you've signed in, okay? So I'm currently using Tusiime's account, but I don't really want to do that. All right, so, but I can still show you using her account. Okay. Yeah, I can still show you. Or I can sign her out. I'm going to do that. And then I log in using my own. So I already have an account. So I can just log in. If you are not with me, please do say something. Oh, sorry. So I see someone. Maybe it's good to mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's exactly.
No,
Like I was saying, Canva is a free to use software. It has a free version. It has paid versions, but you don't really have to use them unless you want something that is really paid for. You can do so much with the free version that it offers. You can do a lot of great things with the free version. So I'm going to take you through the free version, nothing paid for. Inside my my account, like I said, after you've signed in and you've logged in, this is the home page. This is where you come. So I'm just going to take you through the free version. we have paid versions, but we won't get into that, okay? So the home page, as you see it, it has, we have this top navigation bar, and then we have the left navigation bar, and then we have the center. So I'm going to take you through each one of them slowly so that we can keep up. So starting with the home, I won't explain that much about that, okay? So the home, this is the home. So I won't go into that. So I'll get to the templates. These are the different templates that Canva offers. We have social media templates, personal, business, marketing, education, and trending templates. What are templates now? Templates are pre-designed formats. They are like layouts that you can follow to customize and make them your own. They are already predefined. However, you can change them. You can change the text, you can change the pictures, you can change the background, but it's just like a layout that is already put down for you to suit your needs. Let's say you're choosing to do an Instagram post or a Facebook post. They are templates that are already designed to fit that. So I see people in the waiting area. I think I'm going to real quick get them in. Okay, I've admitted those. So I'm going to take us through a designing example. So I won't get into the templates right now, but I'm going to take us through them. So I get to the features to let you know what these buttons do on this top navigation bar. The features, these are the different elements that you can include in your that you can include in your design, sorry. So you can include features like photos, you can include icons, social media icons. You've seen those posters that have an Instagram icon, a Facebook icon. So yeah, you can include an icon. You can also design products that you want them to be, printed, and Canva will print and deliver, but I don't know if they deliver in Uganda. So I've not used that. Also, you can integrate your apps. Let's say you have things saved up on your Google Drive and you want to bring them into Canva to use them for your designs. So you can integrate in your apps, or you have videos on your Instagram or your YouTube, or you can bring them into Canva. And then here, Explore, Explore, we have teams. You can create a team. Let's say you're in an organization and you are a team of designers, of creatives. So you can have a team. Someone says they can't hear me. I don't know. Is it everyone? I don't know if it's my problem. Can you all hear me? Okay.
Yes, you're audible. We can hear you.
Okay, some can hear me, so I don't know. Maybe
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. Also, if I'm moving too fast, please let me know. I can slow down. I can slow down, but I just wanted us to take us through a bunch of it so that we get to cover a lot. So I'll just go straight ahead. Explore, I was talking about teams, and I was mentioning that if you have a team of designers, maybe you're in a company and you're a team, you're working on something. So Canva allows you to have a team. However, that may be a paid thing, like you pay to have a team. You have to have a pro version of Canva. However, there is another sharing that we can do, which I will take us through later. Okay, maybe his audio is off. Okay, so I won't get into that. All right, so then we can create videos, we can create graphs. So we can create graphs. I've clicked on that one because yeah, most companies really need to show graphs. So graphs, I've just clicked to show you how you can go about creating different graphs. They have different offers that they can give. And if I want to create a graph, I just click on create a graph and then create my own, and then you go on and on. But I won't get into that. I just want us to first go through the basics, to first go through the basics, and then we can learn. So this internet does not seem to be that fast. All right. Okay, so I'll go ahead. So on the top navigation home bar, we have Learn, that Learn button. The Learn button talks about, it basically has courses that you can take. If you want to get very acquainted with Canva, you can take some tutorials, you can read about their blogs, you just to learn for educational purposes, you can teach yourself by watching this, by following this, and you can get to learn more about Canva. Then we have pricing, which I won't get into because we are using the free version, not the pro version. So I won't get into pricing. However, there are those options. If you want something more than what the free version offers, you can get into the pro and enterprise and education, all those things. You can get into all that. But we are using the free version, so I won't get into that. Then we have the search button. Now this is very important. Sometimes you want to create maybe something, let's say something related to maybe Instagram or I don't know, Facebook, and you don't want to go looking for it in the whole software, looking for maybe an Instagram poster. So you can just type in here Instagram poster or Instagram really, and Canva would just bring anything related to that. And I've clicked that. So it will bring anything related to Instagram, the posters, the carousels that you can use, all those, and you can get to choose. So I won't get into that still. Like I said, I'm just taking us through the basics right at the home page. Then we have a help button, a help center, where you can get help. If you're stuck somewhere, you can get help. And then we have settings, your account settings. Then we have notifications, and then we have a create a design button. So there are so many different ways that you can start creating a design. One of them is you can start by clicking the create a design, and they will ask you what type of design are you creating? Are you creating a presentation? They help you narrow it down to a particular set of design that you want to create. So if you don't create a design, if you don't start by that, you can just choose a template like I showed before. If I click on an Instagram post, they'll bring those templates and I can pick a template and I can just start designing, or I can just search for what I want and they will bring the options and I click on that and I start designing. So many different ways that you can start up your designs. And then that is my account, so I won't talk about that. So I'll move, unless someone has a question regarding the top navigation bar, I'm going to move to the left navigation bar. So I'll just move ahead until someone asks. So this recommended for you is like the home. I mean, you're here to design. So all this is recommended for you, whatever you choose, because you're here to design maybe a presentation or a logo or a poster. So all this is what they recommend. Pick what you want and then you can get into that. So all your designs, we have a button that talks about all your designs. So this is where everything you've ever created is. Everything that you've ever created, this is where it is. All your designs are right here, It's like a storage space for you. It keeps all that you've ever done. So if you lose it, it's just right there. You can just come back to it and download it again. Shared with you. So if you worked in a team or with a team and they shared something with you, so they will be here. So I've not worked with any team before. So I have nothing really, nothing will be shown here. So yeah, I've never worked in a team. And then we have a brand kit, but this is a pro thing. If you're creating a brand, this is a pro thing. So and I do not know why this is not loading, because it should be displaying something. Okay. My audio is breaking. Can you still hear me? Herbert, you can hear me. Okay, my internet connection seems to be unstable at the moment. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to change network. Oh, yeah, it is loading now. I'm so sorry for those who say my audio is breaking. I guess my internet connection is not that good. So real quick, I'm going to change. Okay. So sorry, I'm changing my network. I'm changing my network. Okay, so my network seems to be back. All right, so I was talking about the brand kit. This is a pro thing, so I won't get into that so much. But if you want to create a brand and you have a company and you have, yeah, this is your go-to for that. And then we have a content planner. This is also a pro thing. This just basically lets you do things, even if you can create a plan. Let's say you want something to be released on Instagram at a particular time and you think you might forget. So this is good for you. It plans that it can send it at that time that you've predefined, you know. So I won't get into that. That is also for the pro version. And then we have all your folders. So in all your folders, basically it has everything. Like I said, all your designs that you've ever created, they'll be right here. Everything that you've ever liked will be in the likes. Everything that you've ever purchased as a pro person, or anything that was shared with you, the uploads that you've made, the logos that you have created, anything that you've ever trashed, they will be in that trash can, which is also represented down here. So I've not trashed anything, so there should be nothing. All right. So down, if you've not created a team, there will be something that says create a team. So I created a team of one, a team of, well, me, just to show you that you can create a team. So there should be something that says create a team down here. And if you click on that, you can give your team a name, a description, and you can invite people. That is also a pro thing. That is also a pro thing. So I won't get into that. So yeah, that is also a pro thing. So I won't get into that. All right, so I've talked about the upper navigation bar and the left one. So we have the center. The center basically has everything that you can choose from. If you're creating a presentation or a logo or a poster, you can choose from all these. What will you design? They are asking you, what are you designing? So that you choose that and then you customize what you want it to be. Or if you do not want any of these, you can just create your own, a blank thing, and then you just start building it from the ground, you know? And then again, your designs will be down on that center page, just right below the recommended and the presentation and all that. Your designs will be right there. So I'm done with this homepage and I'm just getting into the editor. I don't know if anyone has a question here, you can ask before I get into the editor. Okay, someone says, I like the team feature. people can work together. That is definitely true. Yeah, the team feature, people can work together in a company. If you have a company, you can keep track as a team. If you're in different locations, parts of the world, you can just have a shared design where everyone is invited, and you can, you know, and you can all design, bring in your ideas to create something that is wanted as a company, you know, as a creative, as the creatives that you are. All right, so I'm just getting into the editor. If you have a question here, we will go back. All right. So to create a design, I'm just going to quickly, I'll just use the create design. I said we have so many options that you can use to start creating a design. So I'll just go with the create a design, and then I'll choose, okay, I'll choose an infographic. This is an infographics class, and that's it. So as you can see at the top of my screen, so they've posted me to another tab. You know, I can still go back to my home, but still they are loading what I've selected in another tab. It's such a great way to keep track of what you're doing and to just help you go back, you know. And okay, so it's coming through. I'm so sorry, internet seems to be not so fast, but it is coming through. I see it loading. So if anyone has questions here, this would be a great time. Okay, this is taking too long. Yeah, seems network is taking its time. Okay. So I don't know how long that wants to take. I really, really honestly do not know. Our network is not very fast. Okay. So I've just clicked onto an Instagram poster to just pick another design in case that one takes longer. Okay. So I'm going to pick a free one. Some of them, like I said, are paid versions, but they should have a free version, or you can start from, you know, a blank one. So I'll just start actually from a blank one, you know, to get us more grounded. All right, so this one seems to have loaded. So I'm just going to take us through the editing page, something like that. I'm just going to take us through all this so that we get to know the different elements that are in the editing page. All right, so this is the editing page. After you've created an account, after you've selected a design that you're going to customize, or you've started with a blank one, so they bring you to this editing page. And like I said, it also has a top navigation bar, this one right here. I hope you can see my cursor where it is. This is the top navigation bar. And then it also has a left navigation bar. And then it has near the left navigation bar, it has a few things that you see, the graphics. Those are the different choices that you can make. If you're choosing to create a graphic, then you can choose from all those. Then it has the center where your design is, where you see what you're creating. You can keep track of it, okay? So I'm going to start with the top navigation bar. So we have the home button. This takes you back to the home page, okay, that we are coming from. So I won't be getting into that. But then next we have a file button. Now the file button can also be used to create a new design after you've reached or after you've arrived at the at this page, the editing page. So we have a create new design. Then we have show rulers and guides and show guides. These are the two. I hope you can see them. Okay, I have people in the waiting room. I'm just going to admit them real quick. And I think they are in. So show rulers and guides. These are very good for alignment. I'm going to talk about that more as we create a design, a sample design. They are really good for alignment for your presentations. If you want them to, if you want your things to be perfectly aligned, perfectly shaped, you know, you can use those. So I'm just taking you through the basics, but I'm going to show you how to create an example. All right, so we have show margins. This shows the margins of your creation, you know, like if I press them, if I press the show margin button, you saw the margins that were created on my design. So these are the margins, okay? All right, so we have the show print grid. If you're printing, if you want to print your design, you've created something and you want to print it out, you have to put it in the print grid format for it to be, you know, for you not to lose any edges, not to lose, you know, sometimes when you take something for printing, they cut off the, I don't know, the last letter of a word or something like that. So when you put it in the show print grid, they push it sort of behind to create that space, that allowance for the printer to do its work without cutting any part of your information. All right, so then we have the save. So this is a very great thing. Canva saves all your changes automatically. Anything that you make, it just saves. This is a very great way in case you get a power outage or anything that can happen. It saves those changes automatically. So you can just keep looking right up here. There should be an all changes saved thing to show that your changes have been saved automatically. Then we have save to folder. So if you've created a design and you feel you want it to be in a particular folder so that you can keep track of it, so you can just save it in a folder and give it a name, okay? Then we have resolved comments. So if you've shared your design, I'm going to show you that it's right up there. If you've shared your design, you can allow people to comment, to give their comments, their views, what they think of this design. And then you can, you know, yeah, you can see what people are thinking of it, something like that. And then you can view your version history, but we won't do that because that is a pro thing, so I won't get into that. And also you can make a copy. So let's say you are designing and you've reached somewhere and you just want, and you feel like maybe I might take a different direction. Like you have something that you are designing, but you feel like at a later point in time, I may want to take a different direction. You can just make a copy of your current design where you're at, and then you go on editing what you have, but that copy will still be there and you can take it in a different direction than the one you're taking right now. I hope that makes sense. I hope it really does. Okay, so then after the file, we have a resize button. That is for the pro version. That one, a very good button, but I won't get into that. It is a pro version thing, so I won't get into that. So when we start editing, we will see, yeah, when they show up, I'm going to show you. Right now, they are not up there, so I'll just go on. Then we have this text box. This is where you put your heading. I hope you all can see this. This is where you put your heading of your current design. Let's say you're designing for a charity fund. I don't know, maybe charity at the bangers. I don't know. I really don't know any heading that you can have, but a heading is such a good feature because it helps you keep track. You can create so many designs, and when they do not have a heading, you won't know what you want and when you want it and when you created it and what was it for, something like that. So when you have a heading on a feature, it helps you identify. When you have a heading on a design, it helps you identify what the design was for, something like that, okay? So I'll just give that a heading, DHRLab, okay. And then we have Try Canva Pro, so I won't get into that. That's a paid thing. And then, yes, we have the share button. Now, this is the share I was talking about. Yeah, you can create a team in the Pro version, but you can also share with your other creatives. You can share a link. Okay, this is our network is really, really very not so good. I don't know if all can hear me. I don't know. Our network is really disappointing today. Our network is really disappointing. And I really wanted to take you through. Can you all hear me? I may be off. I may be talking to myself. I see her butt waving, so that means he can hear me. However, I wanted to show you this share thing. What is happening to the network? A minute. Okay, so anyway, I'll just go on. Hopefully it comes through at some point. But if you click on this share link and on this share button, they show you, you can share your designs for people to edit. You know, if you have another creative that you are working with, you can share a link allowing them to edit, or you can share a link for someone to just view. And that's how they get to leave the comments that I talked about. So they can just view and leave a comment, great design, or improve here, something like that. All right, so I think it's loading, it's getting to load. So you can share a link for people to view. Like I said, you see that, for people to just view and not make any changes, or you can share a link for people to edit, or you can share a link for people to use the template, you know, something like that. So, okay, so you if you're working with a team, or if you do not have the Pro version to work with a team, you can do this. People can share the same design by doing this, by sharing a link, okay? So I'll just go on to this download button. So Canva lets you download anything that you have created. And as it loads, I will let you know what happens in the download thing. So if you've created a presentation, or if you've created a static thing, like your trainer said at the beginning, if you've created a static thing, they will suggest for you, they will give you a suggestion of the best file type that you can take for that current design. So here it is suggesting a PNG because I've created a static thing, which is really blank, but it sees it as a static thing. So it will suggest that take this as a PNG, or, you know, if you do not want that, you can choose to take it as a different thing. You can choose to take it as a video. You can choose to take it. Okay, they're saying my design is empty. That is why they can't show the other things that are down there. All right, so I'll just pick that to show you the different things that, what is happening. Your design is empty. Try adding some elements, and then you can design. Anyway, what I wanted to, I think it's coming through. What I wanted to let you know, you can choose to take it as a PNG, or you can choose to take it as a JPEG or a PDF thing, especially if you have links in that you want people to click onto that lead to your website, that lead to your Instagram page, that, you know, so you can take that as a PDF, allowing people to have that trace to click and they are just redirected. And then we have the SVG. I won't talk about that, that's a Pro thing. And then you can, if you've created a presentation or like a short video, you can download it as an MP4. Also, if you want to download a GIF, you know, those short, they're like short videos without sound, you know, very funny. So yeah, you can download this as a GIF if you've created a GIF, you know, something like that. I just wanted to show you the different download options that you have. All right, so we have all these: transparent background, compressed, but those are pro things. I won't get into that. Customizing the size, so no, I won't get into that. And after you've picked a format for your download, you can just click download and it will start downloading right away what you've created. Okay, something like that. Okay, all right. So the next, yeah, the next, so like I said, why, yeah, someone is asking about the suggestions. Yes, why it makes a suggestion is because it sees the best quality for what you have created. If you've created a presentation, it will suggest an MP4 because it sees that is the best version, download version that you can have for what you have created. If it's a static one, it will suggest a PNG because it's high quality. You get good visibility and all that. Okay, yeah. All right, so, but unless you want a depreciated quality, you can just take JPEG, but which is also okay. Okay, yeah. All right, so then we have the 3 dots this side. This, it's like an ellipsis, but it's I think it stands for more. Here, this is how you get to download from here to, or you get to, you know, to share a link here to, you know, it's just like a summary of what you can do, of everything that you can do. Okay, you get to share with Instagram, with Twitter, with Facebook, you know, all that. All right. So I just want to go quickly to this left navigation bar. I hope we are all still together. I have to admit some people in, so I'm going to do that real quickly. All right, so to that left navigation bar, we have the start is a template button, which is displayed right here. All these are templates. All these are templates. All these are templates. Like I said, they are free. Like I said, you don't really need to use the pro version unless you really want something that is more advanced, that is more, you know, yeah, that is paid for. But for learning purposes, you could use the free ones. Like I said, these are so many that you can choose from and you can customize, okay? So that is the templates button. That is what it displays. And they show you the recently used ones, the ones that you've used before, the ones that you like. Maybe if you like something and then you don't have to go back into the digging to look for it, it just saves it right there, recently used. You can click on see all and you'll see everything that you've recently used, and then, you know, you can select it again, okay? Then we have the elements button, a very great feature. It has almost everything that you are looking for in Canva. So it has the backgrounds, the different backgrounds that you are looking for. I think actually I should start doing that with you so that we create something. Okay, all right. Okay. So I see what I've done there, but I will change that. All right, so we have the elements. We have the backgrounds. I don't know, there is so much inside elements that I'm having trouble breaking it down, but I'll do my best. So we have every element that you're looking for: the shapes, the frames, the grids, the different photos, the different graphics. So I'll start with the background. Let's I'm creating something about, well, give a hand to someone who doesn't have, you know, something like that. So I'll just pick and I will just select a background. Why has it selected that one? Okay. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Just give me a second real quick. I just want us to start afresh, you know, to go, or I could just, you know, go and create a new design here so that we can start afresh. If you're still with me, please say something if I have left you. Is the internet okay? Is it okay? Okay. Okay, it's not giving me what I'm asking for. So please bear with me. Bear with me, okay? Right. So this is a blank thing. We are back to the beginning. And I just want to have a background, you know. I just want to have a background. Oh, this one has a search button too. The Elements has a search button that you can use to search for anything that you are looking for. Are you looking for a background? Are you looking for a photo, for a certain photo? Are you looking for a certain graphic element? You can do anything that you can think of. If you type it in the search, it will bring it if it has it. If it doesn't have it, then it will let you know. Lets you know I don't have that one, and you can, you know, find another way of getting that, which you will see what is happening. Is the internet okay? It's not. Okay. All right. So I'll just use this one. Okay. I don't know. I hope we are still together. I'll just use this one. All right, so I was still showing you, you could search for anything that you are looking for under Elements, anything like backgrounds, and it will bring a result. It didn't bring a result in the last search I did. So I'm going to try that again. So this is a template. I've just clicked on an Infographics template, and this is the template I've chosen from those different templates that they've, you know, that they were displaying. I can actually increase its size to offer, you know, better visibility. So you increase your size using this. I wanted us to go in a systematic kind of way. So you can increase your size using this lower, I will call it an incremental bar, something like that. You can increase the size to offer you better visibility of what you're trying to edit, of what you're trying to work with, okay? So that is how you can do that. All right, so now you can have a better view of what you're trying to edit, to customize, you know, something like that. All right. Okay, so I would just be talking about the rest of the things because this is not giving me what I expect. Okay. I don't know. Is anyone having trouble? I hear someone trying to come through. Okay. I think no one was trying to come through. All right. So what is happening? This internet is not working. All right, but I'm just going to talk about the rest of the things. Anyway, as I was saying, Elements has everything. It really does. It has the backgrounds. It has the photos, the different photos that you are looking for. It has the different videos that you are looking for. Maybe you want to select a video for your presentation. It has all those things, and you can just pick a free one and you can use it in your design, you know, to create a presentation, to create an introduction, something like that. Okay, but as that comes through, I'm just going to go to the uploads so that I can take you through, and then we can come back to creating a design. So uploads, it's like a folder. This is where all your uploaded media is, anything that you've uploaded to Canva. It's good to mention that actually Canva lets you upload your own things. It lets you upload your own photos. It lets you upload your own audio songs. It lets you upload your own videos, maybe, you know, and you can use that. So they're saying they have a technical problem. I'm guessing that is network. I'm so sorry, guys, but if it was showing what was inside here, you would see the different images that I uploaded, the different audio songs or audio media that I uploaded, the different videos that I uploaded. So you can just click onto the uploads button and you have this upload media thing. You can just click onto upload media and it asks you, where are you picking this from? Are you picking it from your device that you're working on right now? Or are you picking it from, it should have Google Drive, Instagram. So you can pick things from those different apps and you just bring them into Canva. So I picked mine from my device. I don't know if network will allow me to do that, but yeah. So I can just, I'm uploading maybe, I don't know, anything really. I can just pick, okay, something really, you know, and just upload that and it will start uploading it. However, they are having issues, we are having issues, so it may, oh, it's doing that actually. So it uploads that. It uploads that and it saves it. This is your photo, you've just included it. You took a photo on a trip somewhere or you saw something that you liked, you can bring it in here and you start working with it, including it in your designs, okay? Then we have photos. Now, this is also inside Elements, but these are the different photos that Canva has, the different options that you can pick from, the different, you know, you can pick, maybe you're creating, I don't know, is it a food thing? So you can pick people who are eating, you can pick a restaurant, something like that. Anything that you are looking for. If you're looking for a particular specific photo of maybe a place, like I said, just type into the search. If Canva has it, it will bring it. If it does not have it, then it will let you know that it does not have it, okay? And then we have this text button. So this is how you get to include text into your designs, okay? So it brings something like this. By this, I mean this 700K that you see in this infographic. So when you click on create a text, that should be here, create a heading, somewhere like here. Yeah, you can add a heading to your design. So when you give it a heading, that will be the name, okay, of your whole design, okay? And then you can add a subheading, you can add text. So I wanted to show us how I created the other static infographic. So I'll get into that, but this is how you pick text, and we have other different formats that you can use. All these, you can just pick a free one and just put in your own words and it will keep them in that same format. If you've liked a format, you get to keep the format and you can just customize the words to your own, you know, something like that. So it also gives you the recently used ones that you've liked, you know. If you've recently used this one, it will keep it up there for you not to go, you know, looking for that same thing down there. All right. So then we have the styles. Now, this is like, yeah, this is like a style for your text. So I've highlighted, I've selected 700K. If I want to add, okay, this is how you select 700K, by just clicking onto 700K. If I want to change its style to maybe glacial indifference, this is the top right one here, or maybe to Belenza, I don't know, something like that. So I can just click onto Belenza and it will just apply that, okay? So it's taking long, but it just applies it, and it applies it in according to the color that you've selected for that style. So if you've selected this green, it will choose that green. If you've selected, well, this is on a shuffle, so it will just shuffle them. It has just shuffled them, okay? I hope you're getting the point. I hope you do. And then we have audio. So Canva has its own audio offers that it gives you. Some of them are free, but others are paid for. So unless you really want a paid one, you really don't have to get a paid one. So yes, it has those different audio versions that you can use in your carousels, in your presentations, something like that, all right? It also has the backgrounds, you know, the different backgrounds that you can use, the free ones that you can use to create very beautiful graphics, very beautiful things, you know, and you can just get into that designing space and just start designing, okay? All right, so below the backgrounds, we have the charts, and I really wanted to take you through the charts. So we have the charts. So I'm going to come back to that because I want to take you through that one. So I'll just first go through all these ones. So the likes, like I talked about, if you liked something, it will be kept in your likes. I have not liked anything, so there should be nothing there. Oh, have I? Well, I think I like that one. All right, so it should be right there. If you like anything, it will be kept in that folder. Like we've talked about these folders before, so I won't get into them so much, you know. And then we have more. So more, the videos that Canva offers will be in here. They'll be in the videos button after you've clicked on more that Canva offers, and the ones that you've recently used. So they are all here. If you find something that has a watermark, that means it is for a pro version and you need to pay for the watermark to be removed and, you know, for it to be customized. But if you find a free one, then that's it. You just get to use it, you know. That's what we talked about. Canva is a free thing, okay? All right. Okay, yeah, so yeah, you can also, yeah, I wanted to show you something before I left the videos thing. You can also do, yeah, you can record yourself doing something, you know, maybe you're recording something that you want to beautify for your Instagram. So you can record yourself and then Canva will have that down, and then you can edit it, put in some animations here and there, put in some good colors, and then you can put that on your Instagram, in your business, something like that. It's really up to you to do what you feel you can create, you know. All right, so I just wanted to talk more about what is in more. We have that different apps, okay? So these different apps, like I said, you can integrate your apps. So it is also possible to do that in the editing side of the software. You can integrate your Google Drive if you have things on your Google Drive. If you have things on your Instagram, Pixabay, you know, you can have emojis, you know, you can just put, Canva has so many features that it offers for you to create a very good design. So you can just do that, okay? They tell you you may also like YouTube, you know, something like that. You can just include anything and Canva will just bring that right into your designs, okay? So going back to the charts, I wanted us to look at the charts, okay? Because I wanted us to show, I wanted to show you how we could, okay, they could not save my changes. Why wouldn't they save my changes? All right, so the charts are here. Okay, so before I get into that, I want us to focus right here so that I don't want to lose anyone along the way. So we have this template that I chose of an infographic thing, you know. So this is a template, and if you look at the top of it, you can see these two buttons. We have the duplicate page, which really means, do you want to recreate this but on another page, exactly like this, but like on another page? So if I click that, it just creates a copy of that one just below the one that I've just duplicated. So now they are two, but as you can see that, can you see that? So they are two, okay? So, and then you can you can, well, delete that one. I had one the other time, so you can delete what you're working with currently if it's only one. But now that they are two, I can delete one and stay with one. Or you can just add a page, a blank page, you know, and it will keep the theme. It keeps the theme of the, I would say, the mother page that you're using to create the new page. So it keeps the theme. The theme is this green, this pale green. So it keeps the theme, and you can just, if you're creating maybe a carousel and you want to have a theme color. So if you create your first design, you can just create a new page, you know, and then it will keep the theme, and you can add more information to keep it relevant to the first one. I hope we are together. Okay. Then we have these two. We have these two. I'll call them. Are they anchor signs, something like that? So if I click this, so these are for arrangement. If I have three pages, as you see, currently I do have these 3 pages, and I feel like I don't really want this one to be the first page in my presentation or in my carousel. So you can just move it down and pull the second one up. So I've just moved that one down, you know. I feel like this should be the first thing that people see, so that they, you know, for them to get to the next one, they should first see this one. So you can just move it down, or you can just move it up. I can't move this one up because it's that topmost. So I can move this one up, okay? And then you can add a title for every page design that you've created for your presentation, for your video, for your carousel, something like that. You can add a design, a title, sorry, pardon me. Okay, so I also, on that note, before I leave that, I wanted you to see the grid view. If you look at the center of this editing page, you can look at a blank copy. All right, how to get a blank copy, sorry. All right, so I talked about that duplicate thing. So this won't show me exactly what I want. So I've just deleted that blank copy. I can actually delete this too and just have one. So this is it. This is what I have. It's the only thing that I have. But if I want to create a duplicate of it, exactly like it, maybe I feel like, well, I'm still editing it, but I feel like at this point I may, in some other, you know, like I may want to do something different, you know. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm at this point and I'm still editing it, but I feel like at some point I may want to do something different, but to start from here, you know. So I can just create a duplicate of this, and it saves that as the other one is. Then I can go back to this one and keep on editing it, but I'll still have a pre-version of this that was before. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I hope it does, you know. And then, so how to create a blank page? You can just add a page. So that one was a duplicate, which copies everything that is on this current page. And this one is just an add a page thing. You just click add a page and it will add a page, it creates a page that has the same theme color that you have as the upper one. The theme color is green. It's, as if you can see, it's green. It's a pale green theme. So it will just have that created for you down there. Okay. Okay. And then I talked about these moving buttons. So I'll just show you how you can do that also without using these buttons. But these ones are really an easy way to do it, to arrange your presentation. Just move it down, move it up. This should be number 1, this should be number 2, something like that. But just if you do not want to do that and you just want to see your entire presentation aligned, how it is going to go. So you need to look at the bottom of your page, of your editing page. Look at the bottom. We have a grid view. If you're keeping track with my cursor, we have a grid view down here. So if I click on this grid view, they should show me all my 3 pages and how they are arranged, and how they will be, if I download them, how they will be arranged. So this is how they'll be arranged. So I've not given them titles. That's why they are named 1, 2, 3. But if I had, they would be having titles. I showed you how to do that, right? How to create a title. I'll go back and revisit that. All right, so also you can arrange your presentation. So now you're looking at how your presentation will be, but then you feel like, I don't think I like this one. So you're like, you know what? I think I'll just move this one back into the middle. So you can just do that. You just click on it, select it, and then click and then move with it. This is my cursor. I've clicked and I'm moving with it. And then you can just move it where you want it to be, and it will just do that. It will just push the other one the other way, or to the previous position, you know, that you had, that one was in, okay? Or you can also add a page here, you know, and like I said, it creates it in that same theme color that you have. So the theme, if you can look at all these four, the theme is green, you know, so you can add your different elements in this one, different elements in this one, change this one a bit, keep this one as it is to create your own, you know, designs and all that, okay? So I'm going to exit the grid view. To exit the grid view, you just go back to that same button and you just close grid view, and they will take you back to the editing page that we had. All right. And then this is for full screen. If you're presenting, if you're in a company and you're presenting to your, I don't know, to your colleagues, to your boss, to, you know, something like that, you can put it in a full screen for presentation. So, okay, that may take so long, but I can just exit it if it takes that long. But you can click, okay, so it has brought it. So this is so if you're presenting to your team, to your people, you can just have it, you know, be in that format. So I'll just escape that real quick. How do you escape it? You can click on that same form down there. There is an exit full screen. So you can just exit it and get back to your editing page, all right? Okay. So I wanted to go through, okay, I'm just going to delete this one and then talk about this one. So if you look at this page, before I click on anything, there is nothing really at the top here except animate, because I already have a design, so I can animate it. By animate, I mean how will the words come in, how will they pop up, will it enlarge, will it shrink, something like that. But I wanted to show us, if I select an element or a text, it shows me it immediately shows me the different things that I can do to change this, to customize this. So if I just not select that, I won't see that. But if I select it, they just tell me you can change the font. You can change it from Belanza to, I don't know, anything that you like, you know, Allegra, or I don't know, anything that you like. You can increase the font. You can change the text color to maybe, you know, something like that, or maybe black. So you can put it in bold, you can put it in italics, anything that you can do, they just show it up there. If it's a picture, they will show you the same things. I mean, not exactly the same to change font and that, but they show you that you can do these different things on a picture. You can change its color, you can change its shape, you know, something like that. So they show you the alignment. If you don't want that, you want it to be centered, you can just click on that and then you align it. Or if you have a list, you're putting in pointers, so you can create a list, but I'm not creating list, so I'll just leave that. The spacing, so if you want them to be to have a spacing more than what they have, you can just get onto here, line spacing, and you can just increase it, you know, you can just increase it. So I'll just put this to 1 and see what happens. It just increased it. I don't know if anyone got that, but I'll just put in, okay, very visible one. Yeah, it increased the spacing, you know, the line spacing. Or you want to do the letter spacing. So I don't know, it's at 100, so I'll just do 50. Let's see how that goes. It just now sort of like compresses it, brings it together, something like that. Okay. So I'm just going to delete that real quick. How do you delete? Someone is like, how do you delete? All right, how do you delete? You select it by clicking on it and just hit, and then you hit the delete button, just like that. Or you just right click and then you choose delete. That means you're deleting that element. You don't want it to be there, okay? All right, so going on, you can have effects in your different, I think these ones are more specific to the texting. You can have effects. So if I want to add a shadow sort of a thing, you know, a little lifting there, you know, as I click, you should pay attention to the educate kids text. It changes. So if I choose splice, it would change. It takes on a format, you know. So that is how you can add different effects to your text, you know, something like that. And then we have these ones right here. These account for the shape. These account for the shape of your text. So we have the none, and then we have the curved one. So the curved one is really an interesting one. So maybe it's a logo and it's, you know, it's curved like that. So you can just do that. It curves them, you know, something like that. Educate kids. It's a charity fund, you know. So it's you know, this is really good for the kids. All right. So just keep it like that. Educate kids, you know, something like that. All right. So still on that note, you can, if you look at these three dots up here, you have the underline. You can underline your thing. You have the uppercase to keep your things in uppercase. I do not want to keep them in uppercase, but if I do that, they get into uppercase, if you've looked at that. So but I do not want to keep them in uppercase, so I won't do that. And then you can animate. I've talked about animation. So this defines the way your words will appear in if it's a video or, you know, something like that, how they will appear. So they are not loading, but yeah, oh, they are loading. This is animate, yeah. So they are not showing it and they are saying I'm offline. Am I offline? I am online. Anyway, so they are not showing them, but if you look at these different things, they show you the different ways your text can come in. That this is the typewriter format, this is a burst format, you know, very different formats that you can use for your animation, for your presentation, something like that, you know. So this is how you get to put in animations or maybe fade away, something like that. So you get to choose what works for you, okay? So I won't be including any animation because I'm creating a static thing, okay? Then going back, so we have position. This is a very great feature. If you're creating a design and you feel like this is not really working right here, you can just choose a different position. You can just choose, you're like, you know what, push that thing to the middle. So if I look at my thing, it has been pushed to the middle of the page of the whole infographic thing. So it's right here. So this is where they push it. And then you're like, you know what, I don't think I really like it in the middle. So you can just go back and you're like, push it back to the top. And that works for left, for center, for right, for bottom, all those things, okay? So you can just push it to the different position that you want it to be on your design, all right? So we have a copy style thing. So if I copy this style, I've copied this style and I paint it right here, it does the same thing. So let's say you're creating different designs and you want them to have a theme style. They are different pages and you want them to have the same theme style. So you can just copy the style of the style that you want and you just paste it in the text that you want it to adopt the style. I don't know if that makes sense. So that's how you get to do that. But I'm not doing that. So I will leave that because I want to show you something also. So I'll just leave that there. Or maybe I'll just delete it. Okay, so going back, we have this transparency thing. This is a very great way if you're creating something that if you feel something, you want it to be visible, but not so visible. So this is used for adjusting the transparency of your design. So as I click on it, as I reduce the transparency, you will see that these words seem to be fading into, they seem to be fading into the page. It's like a watermark thing, but not really a watermark, but just the transparency changes, it creates, that feeling. So I'll just take it back to 100, back to 100, all right. Okay, so then we have now, I will talk about links because this is, I don't know, I may not get more time, but I will just talk about them. So if you've included, I hope we all remember the icon feature that I talked about, or you can just get into, I remember I wanted to take us, this thing is still not loading. But if I choose maybe Instagram icon, I hope this brings results. Okay, if I choose Instagram icon and they give me an icon, okay, that is Pro. So I'll choose a free one. I'm not really seeing what that is because it's taking long to load. Oh, I sort of like this one, so I'll take that one. And we will just wait for it to appear. All right, so as it appears, I'll show you. So if it appears, you can just click on it as we wait. Don't know how long we have to wait for it, really. Okay, it appeared. What's that? No, that's a text. Okay, they appeared so many. I clicked so many of them. I'm so sorry. I was so impatient. So anyway, so I'll just bring this up because this is where I'm trying to, to show you a different. So if you include an Instagram icon in your design, like right there, maybe Instagram, also you include Twitter, also you include those different apps. So first of all, you can customize it. Like I said, this is what I was talking about. If it's a shape or it's a graphic, they'll show you the different animations that you can, the different changes that you can do. So now they are telling me you can crop it, you can flip it, If I flip it, do you want to flip it horizontal? I'm like, yeah. So they just flipped it. Do you want to flip it vertically? I'm like, yeah, that looks okay. So I can do that, okay? And I can also change the color, So I can, like, you know what? I'll just have it in, I don't know, maybe I add a little black, something like that. You can change, they show you what you can change about it, okay? You can also animate how it comes in, okay? Pardon?
Yeah.
All right, you can also change the okay, you can give it an animation on how it can come in onto your page if you're creating a moving carousel, an Instagram carousel, something like that. But what I wanted to show you really is the link thing. So if you have such an icon and you want it to be linked to your Instagram, so you just click on it and then you choose this link thing, which is at the top right. It's among the things that that they show you can have effect on that graphic, on that particular shape that you've chosen. And you can just put in maybe your Instagram link. Find me at Komuhangi Tumuhairwe. I actually do not know how to write those links, but I think it's something like HTTPS, something like that. And then, is it HTTPS? Something like that. So you get to, yeah, you just get to your Instagram, copy the link to your Instagram, and then paste it right here. And then if someone clicks on this icon, they'll be taken to your Instagram. They'll be taken to your Twitter. Same applies to this one. If you link this to your website, if you link this heading to your website like this, now if someone clicks on it, they'll be just taken to your website or to your company's website, to your, to your charity's website, anything that you are linking to. So that is what I wanted to show you. Moving on. So if I'm done, designing this thing and I feel I do not want to add any more changes. And you may be doing a few changes and then you get to change something and you feel like I don't want to do that. So you can just lock it. If I lock this design, no one can select it. I cannot select it. It's just like stuck. It's just like right there. I can't even select it. I can't move it. As you can see, I'm having trouble moving it. I can't edit it because I've locked it. In my mind, I feel this is the design that I want. I don't want to add anything to it. So I've locked it. So I can just unlock it if I feel like, you know what, I think I do not really want to keep it like this. I want to change it. So you can just unlock it. And another thing to mention about that, before I forget, so I'll just go back. So if you lock it, they show you that you can't do anything really. You can't even delete it. You can't change anything. It's locked, meaning its editing days are done. You're done with that. Okay. All right. So I'll just unlock it and just move forward. To the last one, you can duplicate. We've seen that. So I've just duplicated and I'll just maybe carry that to my next page, something like that. Okay, which you can do. All right. So I wanted us to go through. So we've gone through all these basically with this text thing. So I won't go through them with the graphic because it's pretty much the same except the few different change color, but they are pretty much the same. Except that here we do not have to add font and all that. We can just crop and flip and something like that. Okay. All right. So so I wanted us to. So I'm going to have a blank page and just take. Okay, I'm just going to create a duplicate. Okay, and then delete. Okay, I don't really know what I've done, but I'll just delete that. I have so many pages. This is why we should have titles, okay? So that you don't get lost in your own creation. Because so I don't want to work with so I'm just going to carry this. I'm just going. Also, I wanted to give you tips. The uniform things that we have in software, the uniform things. What do I mean? The uniform shortcuts. So Canva lets you use those. The uniform Control-C is copy, Control-Z, that is undo. Yeah, that's undo. Control-Y, that's redo. Control-V, that is, I don't know if we do know those, but Canva sort of has that uniformity. It gives you, it does not come and define it does not define Control-H as copy. That's too much information for the user. You can't get to Word and then do the Control-C and then you get to Canva, you have to do the Control-H, that's overloading the user. So it has that uniformity sort of, okay? Okay, so you can just copy. I don't know, am I taking so much time? So you can just copy. I've used the cursor, the selection, but you can still use the Control-V as they are stated here, Control-V, Control, something like that. And it has not pasted my thing. Is it still pasting? Oh. Set text allow. Okay, so that was not allowed. All right. But I don't want to do that, so I Control copy. Then Control-V. I'll just, pasted that right there. Something like that. So I just want to delete this and then we work with only this one real quick. It's just something simple, okay? So I wanted to talk about the graphs. I still want to talk about the graphs. I don't know if time allows. There are still so many things that I have to talk about. But before I get to the graphs, I wanted us to get finished with this one. So if you select this thing, there is, you can see these sort of they're not really intertwined, but they're like facing each other arrows. Now these ones are responsible for, you can rotate your thing, you know, you can just rotate it. It's like flipping, but like really you're doing it manually. So you can just select, you click on it, and then you move with your cursor. You just position it where you want it to be. So I wanted to also point that out. I also wanted to point out, yeah, you click. So this is not selected. So you just click. Now I've selected it. I can see these too. So if I come down here, they show me this moving sort of like doubly arrowed, you know, facing thing. So I can just click on the cursor on the laptop and then move with the cursor, move around. I'm just rotating my arms. I'm just, you know, moving around with it. So aside from that, I wanted to talk about, okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just, you know, showing you guys. So also I wanted to, if you right click on that element that you've selected, they show you these different things that I was talking about. You can copy, you can paste, you can select, something like that, okay? So I wanted to show you the push to the back, but that is not happening. So I'll just real quick have something that can show that. I'll have something that can show that. Right, can show that. Okay, so I just want to pick a frame. You know what? I'll just go with this one. So I picked a frame. Oh, actually, they pasted it in the middle of the page. It's down there because my page is really long. I was using an Infographics template. So if I was using an Instagram post, it should be right here, you know. So this is a frame, and I can work with this frame, okay? So I can just add a background to it. Hope now they show. Seems our network is, you know, supporting us. Well, okay, now I'm having trouble positioning this correctly, but you really can. Takes a bit of work. Okay. So this is taking so long. And you know what? We don't have time. So I'll just take this one. So if I select this, the photo that I just uploaded, and I want it to fill the frame, so it just, you know, sits right there. Okay, it just sits right there. So I just wanted to show you about frames. So this is a frame, and I've just created, and I've just, you know, I can, well, this is not really fitting so well for this particular design, but I'm just showing you the different elements, the different options that you have that you can add into your design. So I just wanted to show you the frame. However, I wanted to have a background, which is not happening. Oh, I think they've come. So if I pick a background, any background really, so I just want that one. And I can just, it is going to load. I think it just needs a little more time, but it is going to load. So if, okay, maybe we wait for it to load as I talk about something else. I hope I'm not confusing you all, but okay. So I wanted to talk about this because I'm going to ask you questions about it later. So if I look at this background and I feel like, I think I like this format, I think I like it the way it is, I don't know if those are stars, they are coming through, and I'm like, I think I should see more. So you can just click onto the magic recommendations, and they should be taking you straight to the same things that look like that background but are kind of different. Okay. So this is not loading. Oh my God. We are so sorry. This is not loading, and I do not know why. But if you click onto the magic recommendations, they take you to the next. They just display the related, you know. Okay, let's see all. So they just show you that different yet similar, you know, to that same element that you've clicked on for the magic recommendations, you know. So they just bring things that are similar in that category, that are grouped together, something like that. Okay, so I'll just exit that. Okay, so did it load? Is my time fast spent? Okay, yeah. So I wanted to show you, yes, this is what I wanted to show you. So if I select this, I can see send to the back, or send backward, send to the back, bring forward, bring to front. So I'm like, you know what? No. So I think you should, if you have, this is so good when you have, if you have a frame and you have different elements that are sort of like colliding together, and you just want one to be just a little behind the other. It could be seen, but let it just be a little behind the other. So you can, so it would be covered by this whole frame because this frame is sort of solid. So if I send it to the back, it may just disappear. And I don't know if it has disappeared because I don't see that change. Oh, it has. Has it though? Okay, so let's see. No. It has not done what I expected. Okay. Okay, I'll just pick a photo. Maybe. Okay, they're telling me. Okay. Oh, I finally get to get a background. And it's taking long to load. So sorry guys, but I've set another background and it's taking long to, all right, okay. So one may ask, how did you do that? All right, so I'm just going to press the Ctrl-Z real quick to just bring it. Okay, so this is where we are. So I selected a background, this background, I sort of, you know, liked it. So I selected it. So I want it to be my background. So I'll just click on it. And then down here, you can see replace background. So I can just, you know, replace the background like that, just like that. I have a new background, you know, just like that. Which doesn't really work well with the designs that are on top of it, but yeah, we'll just keep it at that just for the purpose of showing you. And then they, you know, you can see the different things that you can do to that background, you know, all these different things. All right, so yeah, I've showed you the magic. I wanted to show you grouping, so I'm going to show you grouping. I'm going to go to my likes. There is, oh, you, like I said, you can search for anything. So if I search for maybe foliage in here, they'll bring those different, exactly. So this is the thing I liked. So they'll bring the different foliage options that you have. So like I said, so if I like this thing and I want to see more, I'll just click on it like I had said. I'll just, now the other ones have magic recommendations, which are really similar to just clicking on these three dots and just see more like this, you know. So you can see more like this. These are magic recommendations, okay, something like that. So you can just see more. So I won't wait for that to load. It may take so long. So I've selected that particular element and I want it to be in my design. I'm so sorry I used such a big frame. I'm using it. So okay, so it's loading. It actually creates a copy, 2 copies. So when you move it, it leaves that original copy. So you can just delete that one if you don't want it. So I've created this and I'm liking it. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe my logo should have this for my kids, you know, it should have such. So you can just minimize it like that, so that you, when you do this, you're sort of cutting off something. So you just need to use these 3 corners to just, you know, position it as a whole. Okay, so I can move this. I like I said, you can now you can do that and then just move it right in there, something like that. That's my logo. And then, so I feel like I like this. So if I want it to be, now these are two elements actually. So we have the educate a kid, and then we have this inside one. Okay, but I feel like, what if someone moves educate kids? What if someone moves this? So you just highlight them by clicking in a complete blank space on your design, and just drag, highlight them, drag your cursor, and then you get to group them. Now if I group them, it will no longer be the two of them, it will be just one thing. It's a whole, it moves with it. It's now it's like a whole thing, it's one thing, it's a logo, something like that. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that real quick. And then back now to those graphs. Okay, back to those graphs finally. Let's say you're creating a bar graph, maybe a bar graph. Okay, so I'm creating a bar graph, but I really want it to be on its own page, so just add a page. It's still keeping the other theme though, so I don't like that theme. Okay, and then me. I'm just going to keep them in here in this same frame. Let me not create so many different. Like I said, it creates a copy. I may, yeah, you can change the background to offer you more visibility, or I can change the text to maybe white. Okay, so this is a chart. I don't know, should I change the background so that you get to see right away? So this is not going well. I should have changed the background in the frame that I pasted it in. You can do that also. You can first give it a background and then you get to change. But I'm focusing on the graph right now. So this is my graph, and I can this is the data that is in the bar graph. So if you have your statistics ready and you feel like you know what, I'm going to to customize this graph to give it my own statistics. So you can say maybe women, I don't know, women, maybe men, and then girls, boys, and then kids. So you can have that. So as you do that, if you look at the chart, it's automatically changing them. And then you can say maybe you are talking about I don't know, what are you talking about? Levels of unemployment, but anything that you can talk about. If you change anything, it automatically changes it. So if I change the values in here, it will plot them basing on this. It will plot them basing on the values I've put here. So if I put women and I put here maybe 5, and I put here maybe 10, and I put here, okay, so 15. If you look at my graph, 15, if you look at my graph, it has changed them. It's plotting them according to the values I've put. So I'll try to include points and see what that does. Okay, 0.8, 0.9, it does that. It adjusts itself to fit the values that you're putting in. So you can include that in your infographic thing, to create sort of a graph for your people to see how things are moving in your company, something like that. So I wanted to show you that about graphs. You can change them, okay? So I don't know if anyone has questions, but this is a great time to ask the questions. The elements part is really a big part for you to work with. You can search for anything. You can search for graphics. I've not touched those ones because my internet has really been slow, but you can search for, so this is bringing graphics basing on the search I've put in. But if I remove the search and I just keep it plain, it should bring graphics of, okay, if I put maybe people, it will bring people. It can bring the graphics of people you see, something like that. It can bring videos, you know. So how can I add this? So if I want to add this, you just click on it and it will bring it, and then you can position it on your frame, on your design, the way you want it to be. Okay, the way you want it to be. So it's taking long to load, but it will load. And when it does, yeah, you'll see that. Maybe you want this, something about connections, something like that. So you can really get anything that you are looking for in Canva. And like I said, it is simple to use. It is very intuitive, and you can find your way around Canva. You just need to have the basics, and you can create very amazing things with the free version, but more so with the pro version. But the free version offers you a very, very, very variety of, you know, great variety of things that you can use. Okay, so I've covered mostly the basics that we have in Canva. And what I've not touched is the download. So if I download this is what will come out. I've not really created something that is perfect. I was just showing you, but just for the purposes of also showing you, if I try to download this, if my internet allows, so they will show me, if my internet allows, they will show me a recommendation of how I can download this. They're telling me, get it as a PDF. But then you know what? I don't really want a PDF. So you get to choose that. But they're telling you the best way to get this, it's not as a photo, as a PNG, because it's really long. So you have to get it as a PDF. But then you're like, you can make your own choice, okay? So you have that option, you can make your own choice. However, it shows you the best that you can do with what you've created. So I can just say, no, I really want a PNG, I don't want a PDF. So I can just click on PNG and select that. Also, if you have, going back to that, so just, okay, it's downloading that right here. If you see that to my left, yeah, where my cursor is, it's downloading that. But to show you more, I wanted to show you something. So if I create another page and now I click on, okay, this page is really empty. Okay, so this is a paid thing. They would tell me to pay to remove the watermark. So I'm not getting into that. Let me just take a free one. So just to, well, it's not showing as I expected because it's taking long. But with good internet, this should be showing right now. But so if I want to download, they will ask me, do you want to download all the 2 pages? And I'm like, you know what? I think I want the last one. So you can choose the last page, or you can choose the first page, or you can choose really all of them, and they will download all of them. Okay, so you have them downloaded. Okay. Yeah.
When you would include the creations from Canva.
So someone is asking, when you include the creations from Canva in, say, Word document, what do you do exactly? I hope I'm getting you correct. So you're saying if you've downloaded your PNG or your PDF and you want to include it in a Word document, is that what you mean, Bobby? If that is it, that it's the same thing as including a picture in Word document. So if you've downloaded it as a picture in Canva, it comes as a picture. It's right here. I've downloaded a picture. So I can just go where this picture has been saved in the downloads and just click copy and then paste it in the Word document. Okay. So this is what we've just done, you know, really, really random, but showing you the basics, you know. So this is what we've done. So if you, I don't know if you can see this, why can't you see this?
Because you exit the screen. That's the share screen.
Okay, so I need to share what we've just created, and you can see that one. All right. So if you can see this is what we've just created. Really, really basic, really not any good, but I was just showing you the basics in Canva. And I believe you can now create something with the knowledge that you've acquired. So if you want to include this in your Word document, you can just go where this has been saved. In my case, it's in downloads. I can just copy that and then paste it in the Word document. It will appear as a picture, normally as a picture, because I downloaded it as a picture, as a PNG, and then you get to put it in your Word and then use it. Exactly, you can do that. You can also include, I don't know, okay, so I need to share again if you are to see, what I'm doing, which is, I think, right here. Okay, so you can see this again, right? Okay, so I've basically taken you through most of them. Oh, they finally came. So this is what I put on this last page. They finally. So I just used an infographics template, but you can choose any other thing that you can use. You can, like I've showed you, you just need to look for what you are hoping for, and just, you know, start working with that. Okay. I hope that has been really, really helpful. So yeah, so that's it. So yeah, I can see what I've downloaded. Yeah, they're telling me I downloaded that and it's complete. That's what I've downloaded. Okay. So okay, so someone is asking if I want to add a song. How do I add a song? All right. So you can choose a song from the pre-provided audio versions in Canva if you want to add a musical element, you know, sort of a thing. So you can just get onto these elements like we did in that motion thing that we did. So we had our own song, we uploaded our own things, and it should be showing here, but I don't see that. They say there was a technical problem. Okay, so they say there was a technical problem. Don't know what is happening behind Canva. Maybe it's my network or something like that. But if I get onto this audio thing, they have a free version. So if I click that one and pick it, you can see it right down here. So if my network is really good, it should be playing right now on top here. And you can change that, but it is taking long because my network is not really good. But as it does that, I'll just be taking you through. Okay, so I'll just try to play it. Maybe it will come through. So you can also have videos. Like I said, Canva has videos. Maybe you want a countdown, you know, for your video countdown to do your presentation. So you can just type in countdown, and then they'll bring the different formats of countdown. Maybe you can choose a free one, or if you want a paid for one, you can choose that one. Really, it's up to you. So Canva is really simple to use, and it has so many features that you can really use to do creative and very, very beautiful things. So those are the countdowns they are bringing. You can choose a countdown to your presentation. They have pre-recorded videos for you that you can use, you know, anything, really, anything. Okay. So this song is taking long to load, but if it plays, you can actually choose the part that you want in a song for your video, and you can just apply it and then you download it. Now, when you do that, they will tell you can download this as a video, you know, they will suggest that for you, but it's taking long to load, so I may not get into that. Okay. So anyone that has anything to ask, this is a great time. Okay, so I'm going to invite Tusiime to join back so that if there is anything that you are asking, you can ask the both of us.
Hi guys. Hello. Hello. So we are here. I know the session has been quite long indeed, but there's always a whole lot to learn. So like I said earlier, just click, and click. And yeah, let's just stop sharing the screen. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. We are all here to learn. But yeah, I've been following, I've been here with you, so I know I have learned a thing or two, but yeah, I don't know if you guys are, maybe, I think for those of you who are still here, I have an assignment for you. It's just something simple. We had prepared a quiz, but I don't know what you guys say. Should we still do the quiz? Someone please text us, or someone like Herbert, I see your video is on. If we should do the quiz. Yeah, but I think we should just to get us learning. But before we get to the quiz, I can just tell you something. I need you guys to do an assignment, to just go in Canva and follow what she has been saying, click around and create something simple. It is really okay. As long as you've created something in Canva, it will be great. Just don't worry about the perfections and including everything, but just create something and make sure, make it make sense. So try to relate it to the work that you do. I hope you all can hear me. Just create something in Canva, try to relate it to the work that you do. And please do this assignment, because it will be very important for you guys to actually get a certificate at the end of this, because then we'll know you've learned something. So just go in Canva, remember what you're saying, create something. Honestly, there will be no wrong answers here. This is the kind of assignment where everything is correct as long as you've created something. So just create something and you can send that to my email. I can type my email here. I can type my email here for those of you who do not have it. Create something and download it as a PNG. You can create a picture, but for those of you who have learned how to create a motion one, please do go on. But for now, just create a static infographic, a picture. You can use a template if you want, or you can just create newly. So just include in things and make it about your work and send it to me. This will be very important, because it will help me know you've actually participated in this class, and then make sense for the certification process that is going to come at the end of this. Or I hope, are we okay with that? I just need someone to, I don't know, text in the chat or just turn your audio on. Okay, Herbert says we are good. So we are just going to do a short quiz. Please take part, and feel free. If you don't know, your answer can also be I don't know. It is really okay, because trust me, even I have been trying my luck on Canva, but it's still taken me so long. I'm still moving and still calling onto this expert to come and help me design. So it's okay if your answer is I don't know. Oh, that song is actually remembering to play now. Okay, sorry. So just apologies on that. So the song we loaded earlier, let me just to show you a bit of just a moment. You remember the song? You remember the song she tried to load earlier? It's now loaded, so you can see it now. It's loaded and it's playing. Yeah, it has remembered to play now. So yeah, but so this is it. But you can just pause it and just maybe choose another part. Yeah. So maybe you want that part to be in your, something like that. And you can also customize the volume, because this is maybe loud. So you can just reduce that and then have it embedded into your design. Yeah. So like once you've chosen what you want, here it is. You've added your song, and you can go to, right? You can go to download. See me trying my own luck at this.
No, exactly.
You can go to download, and it's bringing MP4 video, like she said, because we've added a song now. It makes more sense for it to be in a video sort of format, and you can just download, because okay. What have I done?
So you can select download. It's already telling you you can download it as an MP4. Then you're like, yeah, I want
to download it.
And all pages. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So you can download that.
It's downloading. And maybe by the time we finish the quiz, it will be done downloading. And we'll show you our creation. Earlier, we showed you the static one, the PNG that we created, all of us together, because this has been a combined effort. And now we're doing the video, but let's load the quiz questions, and we can just get our answers in as we wait for that one to load. Okay, so let's see. Share screen. So our first question is going to be, all right. Just a moment to put this on slideshow. Yeah, so a little quiz, never killed anyone. I see Herbert is ready with his paper. Yes, guys, this is the energy we need. Just get your answers ready. And like I said, if you don't know, you can write, I don't know. Personally, I didn't create the questions. Our expert is the one who created them, so I am probably also going to be blanking here. So just, let's go. Let's see, okay. What can I do to have two separate elements as one whole one? What can I do to have two separate elements as one whole one? So A is you can group them, B is you can lock them, C is none of the above. So I don't know, what are we thinking? Let's see some answers. People in the chats, please, you can type in your answers and I will see them. And even people on video, you can also raise your answers to the screen and I will see them. Diana says A. Okay, Diana says A. Frank says A. Herbert says B. You say lock them, so which is B? Yeah, let's see what the answer is. What is the answer?
All right, so the answer is on the next page. Very great answers that came through.
A is, you group them. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, you group them. What does lock them do?
Now there I would be giving an answer for the next question. So
okay.
All
right. So if you want, just to take it a little bit back, if you want to have two separate elements as one whole one, you group them. What do you do?
Yeah, just like I showed you, adding that curly thing under that word that was carved, and there were two separate elements. And then I was like, I do not want them to be separate. I want them to be one. So I selected both of them and grouped them. So they got to be one whole element,
Oh yeah.
One whole thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I get that. Group them.
You group them.
Yes,
group
Bobby,
them.
You are correct. Okay, let's move to the next one. Okay, the next question is, how can I find related, similar, but yet different elements of a particular selected element? So I'm just going to say that again. How can I find related elements of, no. Let me read that again. How can I find related, similar, but yet different elements of a particular selected element? So you've selected an element. How then can you find elements that are related to that one? They are a bit different, but they are a bit similar too. So how do you find that? A, there is no way you can find that. B is just look for them in the elements, which she showed you. C is look at the see more, magic recommendations of that element. Let's see if some answers have started coming in. Diana says C. Frank goes for C. Herbert is going for C. Bobby is going for C. William is going for C. You guys are brilliant. Honestly, this shows me you've definitely been paying attention, because the answer, okay, why isn't this working? Sarah, the answer is C. You look for magic recommendations, and you're all very bright, brilliant students. All right, moving on to the next question is, if I am done editing a particular part,
and do not want it to be more edited. Okay, so you've edited something in your creation and you don't want to edit it further. What do? We have A is I avoid it, B is I lock it, C is I group it, D is none of the above. And I think people have already started sending in their answers. Diana is on B, Frank is on B, Herbert is on B. People are really, really bringing in their answers. All right, Bobby is on B. Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. I like this. And yeah, yes, the truth is, it is indeed B, right? Yes, you lock it, which means you can't do anything about it anymore until you unlock it.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, so the final one here is, what do you think you like about Canva? Okay, so just tell us. This one is an open-ended questions. I don't know if you remember those open-ended questions in back at university, but this one is a kind where, like I said, every answer, there's no wrong answer. So it's just about your preference. So just type in the chat what you like about Canva from all the things you've learned today, or even something that is not on the list here. Just tell us what you like about Canva and let's see what you like. Diana says all. I am with you on that. You know, design features, easy to use, team sharing is definitely something I like and free to use. Bobby says A because it gives you so many options. For sure, for sure. It is definitely, it's actually really good. B, and it's a free version, right, Frank? It is a free version. Don't have to pay for it. Although if you do want to pay for it and have, you know, some money, it may cost you like 400,000 a year, but yeah. William says, see, team sharing, right? Especially for team leaders, it's important to have a team sharing feature because it allows you to keep up with each other's designs, especially today when we are working, you know, remotely. Herbert says, everything on is so good, but the best is its templates. Yes, templates are amazing because, well, no one really has the time to go in and just start designing newly. So you get a template, you move some things here and there, and you're good to go, right? Frank says, oh, yes, all of you are definitely right. And you've been amazing, honestly. I think you've all scored highly. You know, those situations where you had to score 90% in school, I think we've all scored at least above 90%. So brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So just please go back, create something, make it specific to your work. So I know my friend here is in WASH. I know some of you deal with women. Someone told us earlier that, what are you doing? Someone told us earlier that they deal with digital rights. Yes, yeah. Yes, it was digital rights. So just, you know, go back and create something and please send it to my email, or for those of you who have the link to the shared Google Drive. But if you do not have the link to the shared Google Drive, just tell me and I will definitely send you the link, which is where I'm actually going to upload the presentation from today. I don't know, I'm thinking of uploading also the video presentation, but that may take so much space, so I may just upload it we may upload it on YouTube. I don't know what you think. I can upload the presentation the recording from today on YouTube and send out a link to you guys, because I think that may be quite helpful for you guys to just go back and revise. Just tell me what you think. I can do that because I don't think I can share it on the Google Drive. It may be really heavy. So yeah, just we'll do that and go do the assignment. And it will be really great to look at your work, I am sure. But right now, has it loaded?
I think it's
loaded. Okay, so she says the video we created actually loaded. So let's see. Let's give it a try. It should be. Wait a minute. Show all windows. All right, let's see. Let's see what we've created. Okay. So this is what we created. Let's just play it real quick and see. Let me increase.
Yeah, because it had only 2 photos.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it brings. You can add in animations to dictate how these things can be shown on a page, like the video she showed you at the beginning that I created.
So that is really, okay, you can tell them. Okay. Oh, let me stop it from playing. Okay, so that is really just a sample, but just to show you something, bear with me. I know we've taken so much of your time, but just bear with me. Let me show you what we mean. So for example, from current slide, okay. Okay, so if you remember what we did here, you can see, so this, the static one on the end, this one, she definitely created it in Canva too. So, you know, moved things here and there. And so this is a motion one that she created. So yeah, like she was saying, it's really just a matter of moving things around, right?
Yeah,
you
can just add in some animations to dictate how your different elements will be showing on a page, the different elements that you put in.
Oh yeah, like you were showing on the word, on the educate children.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, exactly. So you can choose an animation to maybe pop up or maybe fade in, something like that, and then to give it more pizzazz, you know, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's that's really what it is. And I don't know if anyone has any more questions for me. I do think if you have any more questions, just please, you know, ask. And my email I mean is always open. So just please go back and create. We are going to break off right now because, you know, we have a session after lunch. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We have a session after lunch. So we are just going to break off now and come back. Yes, we are coming back at 2. And at 2, we'll be looking at approaching and engaging government officials. And we'll have a guest trainer that time too. She's called Sandra Tunobudio. Maybe some of you know her from reading news on television. But yes, this has been a great session. Frank says, do you mind sharing on emails? I don't think I can share the recording on emails because the recording is really, really big. You know, but what I can share is I don't know, what do you need me to share? Because I can only share my presentation. It's really short. I mean, it doesn't really show all that she was talking about. So I will upload the video on YouTube and share the link, right? No, all the content. Okay, so I will share the content, but I will send it. Frank, I can send you the link on email because I don't think I can also send it. It may be big, but I will see if I can, because I turn it into a PDF form, then I will upload it on the shared Google Drive and I can send you the link to that because I'm not sure, it may be too big to be an email attachment since we have in a video and a couple of things. So it may be too big to share as an email attachment, but I will just please send me, Frank, please remind me to share with me an email requesting for the link to the shared Google Drive, and I will definitely direct you to the content. All right, that is it for now. See you guys at 2, hopefully. And okay, show some love for our trainer today. She has been amazing. Thank you guys for being here and see you soon.